welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is what I said I would not be talking about, and that is the 2020 Mr. Olympia, the results or whatever. Okay, right now it appears that Big Ramy has won the 2020 Mr. Olympia, and my predictions didn't come true. Now, I'm going to give you a reason why I picked the way I picked. And I'm going strictly by the way the IFBB judges their contestants. It's muscularity, symmetry, and conditioning. Those are the three things that they choose the next Mr. Olympia for. But in my opinion, it don't necessarily go that way. Now, people can make you go one way or the other one with just by their opinions. You know, if they like a person or if they don't like a person. Me, I can care less about any of these people. You know, I'm not a fan of any of them. The only person that I've ever been a fan of as far as bodybuilding is concerned is really Ronnie Coleman. And that's it. Ronnie Coleman. That guy right there is the ultimate of Mr. Olympias, if you ask me, and one of the ultimate guys in the gym. And because he do basics, and I like the basics. So I've always liked it, Ronnie Coleman, and that was pretty much it. Now, we're going to talk about these different poses. And right here, we're going to look at the back of all of these bodybuilders. Now, when you are looking at these bodybuilders, we are looking for muscularity, okay, symmetry, and conditioning with all shots that you're looking at. You're looking for all those things. Now, with this back shot, you can clearly see that Phil Heath has the most muscular of backs that's up here. You can clearly see that. You can look from the top to the bottom. His lats are full from the top to the bottom. I mean, you can see the separation in the muscles. Now, what most of you all confuse is muscularity with conditioning. You can be a muscular person and not necessarily be as conditioned as the next man. Muscularity and conditioning are two different things. That's why they have them separated. Now, you can clearly see that Phil Heath have these guys beat on the muscularity in the back. Now, we're going to look at a side shot. You can look at the side shot and you can see the details that are in Phil Heath's body compared to Brandon's, compared to Big Ramy. You can see the details in Phil's body, and you can see the details in Big Ramy's body. Now, Phil Heath have all those little minute crevices and stuff filled on his entire body. If you just look at the way his body is made, you can see the muscles are separated all over the place. No matter what you all are saying about his waistline, even though his waistline is not as good as it could have been, it's not as bad as it was. Now, do he get points for that? No, he don't get points for that. Now, do Big Ramy get points for his having an absolutely void lower back? No, he don't get them. Do Brandon Curry get points for having legs that look like they belong on somebody else? No. Now, do Holly Chupin get points for having legs too big for his upper body and biceps too small for his tricep? No, they don't get a pass for that. So all of them got issues. So we're going to look around their issues and try to look at the other things is what I do We looking around those issues. All of them got issues because none of them are going to be perfect. Okay? Now, you look at this front shot. It's clear that most of them got, well, all of them got field beat on the midsection. But if you look at the upper chest separation, lower chest separation, deltoid size and fullness, you know, just look at all the separation that Phil have in his upper body in this front shot. You can clearly see that he's more muscular. He's more muscular than even Big Raymond. Big Raymond is big. He's bigger than he is, and he does have muscularity, but not to the point of that of Phil Heath. And you can look at Brandon, and you can see that Brandon is not as detailed as Phil Heath in the upper part of the chest, the shoulders. Look at the arms, look at the legs. Brandon is smooth. He has detail, but he don't have those little cracks and crevices Phil. He's not as muscular as Phil Heath. He's not as muscular as Phil Heath. He's in better condition than Phil Heath, but he's not as muscular. Now, Big Raymond and Phil Heath, I can accept the fact that they chose Big Raymond because his muscularity is right up there with Phil Heath. So, you know, it doesn't matter which one you would really pick because they're so close at what's going on. Both of them got a major flaw. Phil Heath have his midsection. Big Raymond have his back. Okay? Now, you can give that to Big Raymond. Now, Brandon, he don't have Phil beat in muscularity. And he also have the leg issues. And Phil Heath have all of them beat on symmetry. So, Phil Heath win symmetry and muscularity. We're not talking about his midsection now. We're talking about all the other muscles around it. You know, believe it or not, it's more than one muscle to the body besides the midsection. You got the upper chest, lower chest. You got the traps. Look at his traps compared to Brandon. Phil just more symmetrical than Brandon. All over. Back, traps, upper back, lower back, triceps. He's just more symmetrical than Brandon Curry. He's more muscular than Brandon Curry. Yes, Brandon Curry is in better condition, but Phil Heath have better symmetry and better muscularity than that of Brandon Curry. Look at the pictures. Look at the individual body parts, and you can see why Phil Heath would beat Brandon Curry on those two things. Now, both of them have those major issues. Big Raymond have major issues. Howdy Chupin have major issues. Now, excuse me. Howdy Chupin is clearly better condition than the rest of them up there. In my opinion, he better condition, but he don't have the symmetry. He don't have the symmetry. And does he have the muscularity? Yes, he has the muscularity. So, technically, Howdy Chupin should have placed higher than, well, no, him and Brandon, he should have placed higher than Brandon, if you ask me. And Brandon should have been third, and Howdy Chupin should have placed third, and Brandon should have placed fourth. If they're going by muscularity, symmetry, and conditioning. Anyway, that's the way that I determine who I believe is going to win the Mr. Olympia by their own rules, which they clearly are not going by. The IFBB own rules, the way they measure people up, muscularity, symmetry, conditioning. You know, that's what they say they go by. And that's the way you would judge a body, not necessarily whether or not the person is liked or not liked or whatever. It doesn't have, or can they speak English? All this other stuff. I don't care where you come from. If you come there and you come there with the physique that they're asking for, muscularity, symmetry, and conditioning, then that's all they should go by. Whether you can speak any kind of English. That's the way it should be. But it don't work like that. So that's how come they are able to get most of you all's money. They can feed you one thing, have a lot of hoopla and talk in between this and that, and y'all pretty much go for whatever they saying. You looking at Big Raymond just because he big, but look at, like I said, look at the conditioning. Look at the conditioning, you know, of How to Chupin. He's clearly got better conditioning than pretty much all of them up there, in my opinion. Big Raymond is not as you can look at pictures, but you know, never look at a picture on what a person look like, because with just a hit of the slider of light and shadows, you can make a person look incredible. But on videos, it's a little harder to do it on videos. You pretty much can see what's what, and you all are taking the pictures that have been shown to you that put Big Raymond in more of a grander light. But if you sit there and you look at the video, the uncropped video of the Olympia, Big Raymond just don't look that grand. Even though he's in good condition, he's not in great condition. You know, he's not as symmetrical as Phil Heath. He's not as muscular as Phil Heath. Phil Heath got all those little cracks and crevices filled on his body. You know, never mind the mere fact that he don't have that midsection. But Big Raymond don't have the back. Brendan don't have leg. Brendan don't have those details in his body, like I've been saying from day one. Now, however y'all want to say it, however the Mr. Olympia put it, you know, those are their rules. Muscularity, symmetry, conditioning. That's where I make my decision. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.